I think
No,
it
no,
started with an
Stronghold.
S.
No, because Stronghold was the one that was also a hardpoint map, and it was and also a CTF map.
Yeah, I remember that. But we are loading into the game right about now. Chicago Hunted versus Seattle Sloths. Chicago Hunted failing to win a series up to this point, but off the rip, it looks like they are going to try to make a change, as they are going to run into the 3 guns that just stacked inside the plane. But 2 from Seattle are going to go down, and the tension inside this hill. Bab's going to chow out, get some shots off, but he's not going to be able to finish up the kill. Philbo, he's going to lay prone and just wait. Very contest-heavy hill. We're already about halfway through, and no one's got a point onto the board just yet.
Yeah, this is, like you said, a very contest-heavy hill. You're going to see, finally, Chicago going to manage to break through, get some points in, and this should be, you know, a little bit of control here for Chicago's. They've got 3 around the hard point, and the rest of Seattle is pretty far away, but as we say that, Barry's going to pick up 2, and this is some nice time. This isn't exactly a hard point that you want a lot of time off of here. It's a hard point that you'll take what you can get, but you really want to just start getting set up for next. Pickleberry's going to get some lovely timing, get behind 2, and yep, there's a nice little 2-piece. That's going to keep control of the spawns for Seattle, and they're in a pretty good spot going into the second hard point here.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad play at all by Chicago. You know, they wanted to give up that time to hopefully wrap around. Unfortunately, Pickle Rick just said that they weren't allowed to, shut them down, and now they're going to be coming off respawn. And this is one of those money hills that everybody talks about when they talk about true, like, hardpoint holds. And just the control of the map right now, Seattle dominating the kill feed just by their positions. 1 on the plane, 2 around the point, 1 in the back. And Chicago looking for something at all to break in.
Yeah, I liked the play by DQ there. He did get in behind enemy lines and was able to, you know, get some, just the ability to maybe mess things up a little bit for the side of Seattle, but I don't know exactly what it was that he thought he saw and took a shot, alerted the other team to his presence, and that's going to be why Seattle just has held down this hard point so well. You are going to see they are a little bit stuck back here, as Chicago does have a lot of mid-map pressure, which is where that next hard point is going to be popping in literally right now. But Dak already set up, doesn't know there's a player right there, but is going to find it. That's 4 dead on the side of Chicago, and this is not looking great. They had the early rotation. They gave up on old pretty long ago, and they are not getting this initial time.
Yeah, and honestly, if you look at stellar starts right now, Seattle Sloths has a couple of them. 8-1 from Barry Biracial, and Dak 11-3, starting off very strong. And they're already going to go ahead and start spawning them out towards that P2 side of the map, preparing for that, you know, 2 kills in advance, that P5. As Bab's going to pick up 2 before he eventually goes down. The dominating map control just coming out for Seattle right now, holding Chicago to single digits. Just a great work of map control, great use of gun skill. As Bab's going to fly into top, Barry Biracial going to find one as well. Pickle Rick picks up 1, and now Dak is the only person on the team that hasn't gotten a kill this set. And he does.
Oh yeah, Dak, you know, on a 7 streak, you know, it's nice to have kill streaks, especially, you know, when it comes to a game mode like Hardpoint, but this is a map where it's not going to be necessarily the most useful thing, so hopefully Dak isn't playing too much of a kill streak playstyle right now, because we've seen a lot where players play for kill streaks, they change how they do, and then all of a sudden they get taken down, and you're going to see 3 go down on the side of Seattle. This is going to be hardpoint control for Chicago for the moment, and this is huge. This is time that you don't really want to give away, because you are down by a little bit under 100 right now, about 110 points for the moment. This is big time for Chicago.
Yeah, this is a very crucial time. This time can ultimately determine the pace of the rest of the game, and just as we talk about it, Pickle Rick going to find a huge 2-piece. And you can go ahead and see that Seattle are not content with the spawns they have. They're already pushing up. Even though they do get kind of a weird split spawn with Philbo spawning behind them and then Dak spawning behind them. It's just a little bit of a weird set of spawns, as Chicago do manage to regain control of the hill just in time. And they are kind of holding on to the rotation of spawns, but Seattle are looking to make some progress. And they're actually going to get the first ticks of time here going into P5. Chicago now trying to break through the secret of this side, the bricks. They clear Seattle off of the time, but are not able to get on it just yet. They will eventually hop on, but just the power positions out of Seattle right now. On top of the plane, on the alley. Dak flying onto the point. He's going to find a kill. And both players now from Seattle pushed far up. They're trying to flip these spawns out. Dak going to take some shots. Guy's going to hop over, but he has Pickle Brick to cover him. Philbo going to find one from the exit of plane. Almost finds the second, but he's going to get shut down by Babs. And right now, Seattle doing a great job of just holding and maintaining Chicago to the spawn.
Yeah, just Seattle's doing a phenomenal. This is something that you don't normally see a lot in really any hardpoint. If you're playing hardpoint, you want to have the spawns that are going to spawn you closer, but Seattle just holding from the front, holding from the less preferred side, and you're going to see it's been going their way pretty much the entire game so far. They want to spawn, they'll take it. They want hardpoint time, they'll get it. You're going to see a couple go down. That's going to be 3 dead for the first time in a while that I can remember for the side of Seattle. So that's pretty crucial when it comes to map control for Chicago here, as they want to make sure that they not only get some time here, even though it's a scrappy hardpoint, it's really contest heavy, but the real goal is to make sure that they spawn. And look at Dak. Dak's found his way through all the way in the back of that gunfight against DQ is going to be so crucial right now.
And
The ACOG and the Milano.
Yes, sir. The ACOG and the Milano. I know 2357 Magnums, if you're still in the chat, you are happy to see that one. That guy has been using the ACOG and the Milano for a long time. But Chicago, they are looking to hold these spawns, and they're doing a pretty good job right now. Dak, once again, he's the guy flanking around into the spawns, made his way all the way around, looking to be a surprise. A thorn in the side of Chicago.
Yeah, luckily, you know, that Milano, it is a bit of a beam. It's not going to recoil too much for him with the ACOG especially. You're going to see getting some, shall we say, long-range shots on a SMG. Is that fair to say?
I think we could.
But you're going to see that spawn flip come out of Dak, pushing through the back. Dak, you know, still actually has an artillery, and I don't know how the tick is going to work, but I think even if Seattle is to hold every second on this hard point, they will not get the win. So we are guaranteed to go underplane at least one more time here.
Yes. Seattle will not be getting the tick here, and they die off of it anyways, as Bab gets some pretty atrocious lag there, but all in good fun as 4 players go down from Seattle now in Chicago. Not impossible to win this. We've seen crazier things happen on stream. So it wouldn't be impossible to bring this one back, but if you're going to start it, it's got to start right now. Philbo managing to finesse his way through middle to get onto this point. And Chicago has the spawns for this P2, but now it's all about that P3 rotation. Seattle Sloths are set up pretty heavily.
Yeah, this is something that you got to see. You know, not only do you have to see pretty perfect play out of Chicago here if they want to win this game, but they really just can't afford to give up any time. And when you're this close, when you're 15 points away from winning a game, Dak isn't even ADSing anything. He's just holding angles wide right now. But when you're so close to winning a game like this, the other team, it's really just so difficult because, like I said, not only do you have to play perfectly and get those hardpoint rotations, Seattle's going to win it 250 to 77, but you really can't afford to even give up scrap time because that brings the other team so much closer. But it doesn't even matter. Seattle wins it on this P3 here. You can see Dak going off, bottom plane with the Crick 6. And that's going to be a map 1 victory for the Seattle Sloths.
Yeah, Dak really went on a tear here early on in the matchup. It changes how you have to play entirely, and that's one of those factors that I agree with you 100% on, especially in GBs or Chows or whatever it may be.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. I'm a very intelligent man, but we're going to be loading into the search and destroy. We're going to be getting her going here. Looks like we've got Seattle on the offensive side first here. And honestly, you know, I know we're starting on board with Seattle for the offensive side here, but when we swap over to Chicago, I'd love to see them just do a ridiculous B hit, like full send it, 4 send B, just hit it. Why not?
Well, I mean, Seattle might beat them out too, as they look very, very rotated over towards this B site, and I think they're going to go ahead and push on up. Bab's pretty aggressive. Crazy, I don't think saw him, but Crazy going to get the first blood. He is quickly traded, though. As Babs, I think it might just... Oh, no, they're going to decide to rotate this A, it looks like. Cut through the middle of the map as Pickle Rick picks up 1.
Yeah, I think that worked out very much so in the favor of Seattle Sloths, as you're going to see, you know, one player gets a kill and he gets traded out instantly. That's going to be like, all right, it's a B hit. Let's start rotating. And Pickle Rick is set up perfectly for the rotation. Philbo, with the terrible timing, gives up the mid-map just at the wrong time. But DQ is in a position to get a kill. It's going to get 1, could get a second, depending on where Babs is. Nope, it's going to be all left up to Barry in the 1v2. He does not have bomb to work with either, and I think they know Barry is over here, or at the very least that there should be someone around this B site, but the timing is going to go in his favor. He's going to see 1. Is he going to see the other? Here it comes. Here's 1, here's 2, and that's a round that you want back if you're Chicago. Oh no, the timing didn't work out for them.
Yeah, and
Worked out.
honestly, when you start thinking about the time on the clock, you know, you had 15 seconds left, right? At that point, you're just gonna have to sit one guy down on B, send the other guy at A, and check the bomb. And then if that guy dies and the other guy doesn't have enough, like Barry didn't have enough time to plan the scenario, that's a free round one. You don't even have to kill anything, shoot anything.
I mean,
But it's always a 50-50, you know?
even with that, I don't even think you split them up. You just sit on B and you play for the A retake. You have numbers. You
I
really
can
don't
agree with
have to
that.
be. You really don't have to be chowing out looking for an A rotation there if you're on defense and you have a 2v1 and there's only 15 seconds left. You know, it's just one of those situations that Chicago just that yeah, I can understand. Oh, Babs is going to
Oh.
spot both there on the little crisscross action there. But yeah, I can understand the, you know, we didn't have a good map one and we want to have a strong map two. But unfortunately, just because of the that overactive push onto A, you're going to see them lose that first round that I bet they would like to have back.
Yeah, and talk about overreactive. We now see the exact opposite. Very underreactive. Almost a minute on the clock gone by now before anything happens, but it might end up working into Chicago's favor as Philbo's going to pick up the first blood. However, with 35 seconds left, you've got to make a play, and you've got to make a play now. Barry peeks out, and he gets knocked down to only 10 health, but he's still alive. 25 seconds on the clock. You don't have an option. This has got to be an A hit, and Palm Show, make sure to look at that cross. He finds one. He's going to stick in the middle. This hit has to come out now. Good read by Crazy to hold that cross. Pickle Rick going to pick up Philbs. Now
And
the
where
plant going to have to go down.
But look at look at Barry. Barry's gonna go for the ninja, I think. Yeah, immediately gonna hop on it, gonna get taken down, and this should do it. I don't think that Renegade knows that Barry's in a position to be doing that. He's gonna spot him, but that's gonna be the round. And
Yeah,
you
that
know,
cover.
I don't know if Barry necessarily needed to, but it certainly worked out.
And I'm pretty sure that's just like the motif or whatever you might call it, his signature move. I feel like every time I'm looking at the top five plays of the week, you know, every other week has him doing some crazy ninja defuse on the checkmate table or something like that, with the guy standing right on top of him. So, you know, I can't hate on him for going for it again here, you know.
Got to get a little bit of solid points there if you are Barry, and it looks like he did try to. I mean, I wonder if he could have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. But Seattle up 2-0 in the map, looking to make it 3 here as they're gonna hop onto offense, and it looks like this is gonna be another unconventional hit. You're gonna see a first blood go to the side of Chicago, but I'm worried again about this rotation that Chicago's gonna have. Palm's gonna even it out to 3v3, and that might do it. It's going to be a 2v2 as Babs and Philbo are going to pitch in, and now it's a 1v2 for Crazy. Can he pull off the 1v2 to make it 2-1 in the round count?
Yeah, and Babs is going to go ahead and do his job. He's going to go ahead and get that bomb down. No risk being taken here. Palm Show going to see him. He's going to take the gunfight, but Crazy's going to come out on top. Not an easy feat to rip somebody off of that heady. And now 1v1. How many of you have played ones in SMB on Game Battles? Crazy sees him. He knows he has him locked in this corner. There's no way that he can leave, and he's going to gun Babs down as Babs tries to run away, thinking he got him flashed. And very, very nice round win by Crazy there. But let's talk about a stat real quick. So far, if I'm correct, I think that Chicago Hunted has gotten the first blood at every round so far. Round 1 was a little bit even because I believe they got the first blood, followed by that loss.
Yeah, we did just get a peek at that, and you are correct. It is 3-0 in the favor of first bloods for Chicago Hunted here, and it's another situation where I just don't necessarily know if I agree with the play that was made there. You have the bomb down. Yes, it's 2v1. The first challenge, Eskies, you know, it's a pretty easy challenge to take if you're top, and you know, especially if you have an SMG, you have a little bit better strafe speed when it comes against an AR that we did see the fight go against. But when you're trapped in that corner, I don't know if flashing out and running the other way is the right play. I think you just flash out and take the fight there.
Honestly,
because
I think you just have to hold the angle. You know, time pressure is not on you there. Time pressure on the other guy.
That's another thing too.
But as we talk about it, Palm Show sees 2 players in his sights but can't finish off the kill. Great work by Philbo. That's a sub. by the way, at a long distance, a 74U. Talk about wanting to
Another
add
first
muzzles
blood, by
back.
the way, in the
Yes.
favor of Chicago. That's 4-0 now in favor of first bloods for Chicago as well.
Yeah.
And Babs might have just gotten some horrific timing here, but it looks like
Good.
yeah, Barry also I think picked up the part of it, looking for a little bit of crossfire. Renegade's gonna get one, Philbo gonna get another. Now it's Pickle Rick in the 1v3.
Can you
This
do it?
is Did Pickle
gonna be-
clutch the 1v2 or is that someone else?
I believe that was someone else there. But,
Yeah, I think it was Barry.
Very ninja fuse. But that's
Barry
an
ninja.
influential kill with 25 seconds left on the clock. He's gonna find his second one, and he knows bomb's down. He knows that he saw the player go prone on the bomb. Renegade. He's gonna have to go to it, and Pickle Rick has 15 seconds time advantage on his side, and he's gonna be able to hear this bomb from a mile away. The bomb pickup sound is just so incredibly loud, and that stun also gives it away. And at that point, Renegade has no time to plant, and I think that Phil knows it. He's not going to bother to check, and that's going to be a 1v3 round win for Seattle Sloths after another first blood goes the way of Chicago Hunted.
You know, this kill onto Philbo is unfortunate. Obviously, Pickle Rick gets some nice timing and he's going to get a nice kill. But I don't know about this challenge here at a DQ either. This is a challenge where you wait for your teammate and you two hit that. There is no need to take that 1v1, especially when you were in a 1v3. And that is going to be the reason that they lose that round there, because Renegade has that Krig against the QBZ and doesn't really want to challenge a close range gunfight.
Yeah, I agree with you there that, you know, when you talk about getting into 2v1, 3v1 situations, the fundamental is always the same. You play for the trade. If you get pieced, so what? At least you made the right play, you know. Unless, you know, you just line up in a straight line for Lamar, but we won't talk about that tragedy on this day, as Seattle Sloths have actually taken a very aggressive approach here over towards the A site. But Babs might be wanting to rotate it down through Eskies into the line of sight of Philbo, but Crazy going to get the first blood before he goes down. And DQ helping out with a kill of his own.
Yeah, that's going to be another 1v3 here in the favor of Chicago Hunted. They did get another first blood as well. So, Renegade, oh no, the challenge. Okay, you know what though? Renegade, you're a lone player mid, but no, they're splitting. They're splitting on the map.
But they're holding the cross. They're playing the information. And Palm Show, he's not going to check this corner, so this kill should go firmly in the way. That wasn't necessarily a bad play there. They were close enough to each other that I think they knew that bomb was down. They were close enough to each other that at any given point they could have slid out and gotten each other's trade, as well as holding for the cross of information. Because they know bomb's down. If he wraps all the way through street, honestly, if I'm in that spot and someone wraps all the way through street and wins the round that way, I'm just giving them the round one, to be honest with you.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. It's just one of those decisions that, you know, again, if the player in Eskies goes down, you're not necessarily in the best spot to trade there on that back wall. So it's all about the fundamentals when I'm out here looking at these games, and so I want to see all these players, you know, making those decisions. That challenge by Renegade in that mid map was kind of acceptable, as he was that only player in mid, and it really gave them a lot of intel as to where that last player was. But speaking of information, I don't know if Chicago has any right now. I don't
think either side really does. Maybe Pickle Rick, knowing that this Chicago roster not getting very aggressive on this side at this moment. There will finally the first peak will come through, as Pickle Rick's gonna win that. And this is Seattle Sloths' first blood of the game, ladies and gentlemen. As this seems to be the typical play by Chicago, very slow play on the early, as they will catch Palm Show overextended. And so
I don't know if that was an intended bait and switch, but that was a pretty darn good one.
It was a very good one.
But
I think they might swing this bomb over to B.
This is the problem though with this. You don't have much mid-map control. If they go now, if they just need to really catch a timing, and I think they didn't get it, unless maybe Palm might have called out that that Barry saw someone on the screen, but you know, as a spectator, maybe he just saw something that the player didn't. This is a pretty tough gunfight for Philbo to be in right now, and Philbo's gonna go try to get safe, but is gonna get taken down.
Yeah, run straight to Babs. Renegade gonna chow out, gonna lose the gunfight to Babs, but DQ in a winnable position here, 1v2. Bomb is down, so he does have to play that in his advantage. He knows where bomb's planted. I probably saw a body on a screen. Bodies are client side after all. And Babs, he's just gonna hop it, especially now that he has the info. But DQ looks like he's gonna make the
DQ
read.
didn't see him.
Okay, he saw him.
He gets one. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. The 1v3, I do believe, coming out of DQ on a 5 streak as well, by the way. Oh my god. Oh my.
I think that was one of those cases where if you're ever playing, I'm sure that we've all had this happen to us.
He's on bomb. He's on
But
bomb.
yeah, you look at him and you hear somebody call, "You saw him," and then you're like, "Where?" But talk about a standout player right now. DQ on a 5 spree for his team right now, and this was one of the players that didn't have the greatest map one, if we're honest, but he's making it up right now. Helps Chicago to even up the game 3-3, and I think that's kind of funny. The only round the Seattle Sloths have gotten to first blood, they've gone on to lose it.
Yeah, that's that's that Call of Duty for you. My goodness, what an absolute clutch right there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that in the top 5 plays, but we're gonna see another first blood here coming out of Chicago. My goodness gracious. More intel. Oh, that's a good challenge there out of Babs, and Barry's gonna make it a 3v2 here for Chicago, and oh, this is a risky spot to be in if you're crazy, because you're just hoping that no one's gonna come from goals. He should get one onto Babs here. He's gonna let him cross. Not gonna see Barry, but is gonna challenge it in DQ on the 5 streak in the 1v2. Just clutched one. Can he go for? Can he go for 2? Can he go back to back here?
If there's any player you want in this spot, it's got to be DQ. You know, just clutched a 1v3. I'm sure you could do it again. Barry Biracial and Palm Show going to be playing relatively close to each other at this site. DQ going to find one, a little bit weak, but not too devastating. Palm Show in the back of the site. He's gonna be playing for those checks. DQ, he's just shooting bodies, you know.
But not in an offensive way.
Yeah, not in an offensive way. Just very, very shaky. And oh, that gunfight! Oh, so close.
The
But
AR
Palm
is gonna
Show,
take that one on that.
Just that distance range. And we talk about an influential player this round, very biracial. That slide challenge is one of the best challenges in the game. I swear, I don't think I've ever seen anybody win a gunfight from half wall looking towards that heady.
Oh my goodness. So unfortunate there as of a break for Chicago, as they're going to be down yet again. I think honestly the key here is to give Seattle a first blood.
Yeah, honestly, you might wanna.
You might want to at this point, but DQ, I think.
Oh, look at this aggressive push through middle, straight away. Philbo, no cares in the world. Babs finds
they get first blooded,
but he will find the trade. So, good things building right now for Chicago. I think they might. Oh nope, they were gonna flip that one around to A, but I think they're gonna decide against it. Actually, the fake out might be there. They're just jiggling it. Indecision is Barry Biracial gonna get in a good position now to find kills. DQ gonna drop, and the shot. Oh, he didn't quite hit it. 2 bullets in the clip. He's gonna have to reload. Palm Show, he definitely got seen on the flank, and this is just chaos in the middle of the map. Philpo finds one. They're gonna fly up Eskies. Are they gonna be ready for the player hill? Pickle Rick gonna find one. That's gonna be bombed down. Renegade. 1v2 scenario. 30 seconds on the clock. What can you make happen?
Just a tough spot there for Chicago. They were a little indecisive, wasn't sure what to do necessarily when it comes down to which bomb site to push. I mean, honestly, if once they got stumped at A, if they just hit straight to B, that would have been a pretty nice play. Pickle Rick's going to peek this, and that's going to be the round win there. As you can see the Semtex come in, Pickle Rick just going to get the defuse after the fact. Crouch walking over, not in a rush, really. Probably hoping to save us from incredibly long final kill cam there, as sometimes
hopefully.
Hopefully we don't get that long diffuse cam. But
here's to hoping, especially with him crouch walking. He might have just made it worse.
It might have been, but just a little indecisive out of Chicago Hunted, and it looks like okay. It looks like we might have.
If it shows it, dude. If it shows.
No, it looks like we're good. It looks like we're good.
No, man. Okay, phew.
The slow-mo came in during the shots.
That's the number one play of the.
That's the respectful thing to do.
Actually, that's the number one play right there. But all in good fun, as that's going to be map point now for Seattle Sloths to go up 2-0 in the series. And honestly, very close maps. Very close map, all things considered, in terms of in terms of these rounds. The score, not exactly the closest, no round 11 yet, at least. But in terms of the quality of the rounds, these have been very close. It's Phil, but just going to send it. He's going to get traded, though, quickly. Trades are just flying through. Pickle Rick catches his own trade with a nade. Barry Biracial shooting at his teammate. Friendly fire.
Barry, I don't know. Barry actually did get some shots in there, too, so that could have been a team kill that really went the way that would have really helped Chicago hunt it here. And you're going to see a little bit of a split come in for this retake. It's a 2v2. Bomb is down 35 seconds. Babs is going to get spotted by Crazy.
But Crazy, those spot shots, shooting at the pixel, he's going to get noticed.
Oh, if
but
Renegade
is in
this.
such a good time. Oh, but no, he is hurt, and he sees both now. Babs is one. Barry rechells. Oh, this. Oh. 1v1,
Renegade, you're running extended
biracial.
mags. You had 40 shots left in the magazine. I'm not sure about the reload there, but Barry's going to get spotted here. And
Barry just juking him. Throws the nade out, not going to hit. And I don't think this is winnable.
There's no
not enough time. As Barry knows it, he's going to check the bomb. He's going to be fine with it. Slides out for the kill. And that's going to be Seattle Sloths going up 2-0. And overall, a much better S&D showing than the hard point for Chicago Hunted. You know, if you can take this to a map 5, points a whole lot more. But we will head into this map 3, and right off the rip, Chicago Hunted have to get something going. Barry Biracial going to shut that down real quick. He's going to find the first blood of the day on this map. Renegade going to trade him out very quickly. And this has been a rather slow start to start off this game as the team kill comes through, but Pickle Rick going to find one.
That could have been very dangerous there. That could have been very dangerous for Seattle if Pickle Rick did fall after the team kill came in. Just a little love trap there between teammates. You know, we see it all the time. But Barry gonna have to back down here, and it looks like there is a 4-stack on B. So Chicago is looking to get this done now. They are gonna fall 2 down, but there's the point capture. They're gonna be up by 1 kill, and they have 2 minutes of time to work with here going on to this A site. The only problem, everyone's coming up the respawn, and that's not exactly something that you want when it comes to control, because not only do you want to control the points, but it's also pretty important to control the map.
Yeah, and talk about an early capture. That's going to give him 2 minutes on the clock. Very, very fast push. And honestly, the trades right now for Chicago have been looking like the best that we've seen them. Even life count right now against a team that's been traditionally outslaying in Dak in position, going to find that kill onto DQ. Barry Biracial going to pick one up on the flank. And right now, this is what you would about expect for an A-site hold, you know, that dominating map pressure from the defensive side. But they make too many mistakes, drop too many players, then it will be punishing. But right now, trades have been about even. No one's really sticking out. Only a 2-life advantage to those in the defending side of Seattle. And so this round could really still go either way with a minute on the clock.
Yeah, the problem right now for Chicago is that they really don't have anyone pushed up, and you know, we talked about how nice it is that A now has that extending that green platform control capture zone, but it is still very difficult just to break into green, and because of how difficult it is, you're gonna see Babs is holding it down. Crazy's gonna try and hit mid. He's gonna win the fight onto Pickle Rick. Almost got a little bit unlucky there with the Craig up close and the mantle, but Dak's gonna get taken down, and this is huge. You're gonna see now some map control finally go on the side of Chicago, but that 2-minute time that they had is now down to 35 seconds. They're down by 4, and they need to get something going on A here. As you're gonna see, there's gonna be 2 on the A side, and this is just not a good situation right now. They don't have really anyone on the point.
Yeah, and even though we talked about that extended zone, it is really hard to break through that green site right now. Just so controlled by Chicago, as Bab's going to pick up 1, but DQ going huge. He's on a 3 streak right now. Make it a 4 streak, as he's going to make the read onto Babs, and this is exactly what we needed for Chicago. DQ finds a 5th. He is going off when it needs to. And even though they're down 3 lives, this is going to be a second tick in, but the clear from Seattle comes through. Renegade has to find all 3 people here. He's not going to be able to do it. And that was oh so close, but still so far for Chicago.
DQ just got a little bit overeager on that challenge there, and that's what's going to do it. So you're going to have a 9-3 life count at the end of this round here, and that it really just comes down to that challenge there out of DQ. You're going to see this is going to be your final kill cam here. He's going to get 1. He's going to stay on the point. Going to get picked right here. Going to chow out wide, and even this challenge I was a little concerned about because against Babs, and Barry gonna get taken down. This is just one of those situations where even that challenge is one that you don't really have to take. You have to just stay alive for your team here because his teammates, they weren't exactly close by. I'm pretty sure his other two teammates were off of the respawn there, but that's
Yeah,
gonna be
but
a first
spawning in
round going to
artillery.
Seattle.
Yeah, spawning an artillery there. If he had maybe just waited a couple more seconds, got some help, that round could have went differently. But for a defensive side of the map, nonetheless, a 6 life deficit isn't really too bad for your first offensive round.
No, not at all. I mean, especially on a map like Garrison where it is so defensively decided, like we talked about earlier. But Chicago, unfortunately, is gonna be facing a bit of a life deficit here. And look who it is. It's Dak. He wasn't present in the search and destroy. Quite literally, he was not in the game, but going to be already on the 8-point. And look what that does to Chicago's defense. It splits them in half. And not only that, he's getting the kills. He's gotten 2. He's on a 3 streak. And he's got the trophy system now to make sure he doesn't get naded off of it.
He really is using that extended part of the zone to his benefit. You know, that high ground angle that we always talk about. Dak, is he gonna find the second one? He almost does.
Did, but this is an A cap or B cap.
Yeah, all that distraction just to get him onto B, and they still have one ticket A. So
that's exactly how you got to play it right there. You got 3 on one side, 1 on the other, and then what does Chicago do because they know it's the harder site to loot to keep control of? They send 3 over to A, and well, yes, they do manage to make sure Dak doesn't capture more than 1 tick. They've got 1 tick. Seattle has 1:50 to work with here, and they have 2 lives over them on a defense for Chicago. So while they are going to tie up the life count here, they got to take care of Barry. Barry's the critical kill that Chicago needs to get right now, as he's going to be messing up a lot of things for Chicago. He's going to keep it going, though. And this is the thing. Chicago can't afford to separate players from the site to go take care of him in the spawn. They have to rely on Philbo and Renegade to get that kill in the back. And they are going to do so finally. Pickle Rick now. Pickle Rick needs to get at least 1 more, as that's going to be a 4 down there. DQ nades himself. That's fine because everyone else on Seattle's dead.
Yeah, and honestly, that's a very great hold. They dealt very well with the pinch that was coming in from Seattle. They were pinching the back, pinching the front. They made sure to give equal attention to both sides necessary. They didn't put too much attention on the back to allow push from the front, and vice versa. But now we're going to see the similar pinch develop again through bricks. DQ is aware of it. Dak gonna take the gunfight. Looks like DQ is just playing his life crazy. He's gonna get taken down in the back. Renegade, though, goes for the trade. DQ finds one on point before he goes down. And Seattle has full control of this right now. Chicago are gonna have to fight backwards from brick. The trades are coming through. Well, only 1 person right now gaining time. Pickle Rick's gonna assist. 1 player, crazy, gonna come through the small. He's not gonna be able to find anything, and with that, not gonna be close enough. Anybody on Chicago. And Seattle Sloths managed a very, very nice break there at the end.
It all comes down to this hit through middle right here. I don't believe this is what we're going to be seeing on the final kill cam. We're going to see Philbo picking up some nice kills here, but what it really comes down to, this is actually that break right before from Chicago. They managed to stop that first push there, but it all really just comes down to them not having any spawn control because of the pressure that Barry was putting down in bricks. Then there's going to be a 4 hit through bricks, 1 pinches back through green, and that allows Seattle to split the forces of Chicago. Once DQ was on that green platform for maybe 30 to 45 seconds, just sitting there. You're gonna see Dak now with the Milano on the ACOG. But what really came down to was just DQ was all alone, just did not have his teammates with him because they were too busy dealing with the people in spawn, and that's what led to that control round win. Seattle up 2-0. DQ with some nice shots there, trying to make sure that control stays around a little bit longer with the Babs. Gonna hit a little bit flank, and gonna make sure that Chicago doesn't get that much time onto this initial B push. They're gonna be down some 4 odd lives or so right now.
Babs on a 6 streak. This could very well turn into one of those traditional defense rounds that everybody knows and love, where the defense gets a lot of momentum off the rip and starts pushing up, walking the other team and the spawn. But right now, DQ, Philbo making sure that they can't get that happen. They are pushing straight through dark, breaking through. Philbo kind of find another one, and before he gets taken down. And ultimately, Chicago staying in this.
I don't think the offensive team likes those traditional defensive rounds when they're trapped in their own
Not
spawn.
typically.
Not typically, but now what they really have to worry about, besides the fact that they just went down 3 dead and they don't have anyone pushed up past the halfway point, but now Babs has streaks, and you're going to see he's going to actually take down more of his own team than the other team. Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty lucky break here out of Chicago, but Renegades in the vents. Only one player is going to be on B. There's 20 seconds left on the clock, and they're down by 2 lives.
And the second streak coming in.
And yeah, here comes another streak. And this is just the situation for Chicago that you don't want to be in. You don't have much map control. You don't have.
How?
You're gonna be winning the fights. You're gonna be getting some nice fights.
And that's 3 down for Seattle. 1v1 on the point. Crazy versus Perry there. I think
Yeah,
Phil got an amazing 2-piece in the lights. Not sure how that happened. Dak gonna peek lights, gonna win that gunfight. And with 15 seconds on the clock, I think we might be seeing this one come to a close.
Renegade could hit into A. You can see that number 4 arrow is on the point. He's gonna slide out on it. He's gonna get behind the satellite. He's gonna fall eventually. And that might be, I think, yeah, Philbo's.
Yeah,
I think Philbo's giving
says
up
they
on
can
that
have
one.
it. But I mean, hey, they got someone on point, and I've seen crazier happen.
Yeah, only down by 5 lives right now. They do have 1 player on the point. Crazy needs to stay alive, and that should do it. That I believe is gonna be a full team wipe, and that's gonna be a 3-0 both of the map and the series in the favor of the Seattle Sloths. Just great plays out of that team for the entirety of the game. Babs picking up streaks late. Yeah, did kill himself and a teammate, but hey, it all worked out.
Hey man, it's all out of love.
What's a little
right?
friendly rocket between friends, right?
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, stellar series to Seattle Sloths, in all honesty.